The mini PC revolution is upon us. Gone are the days of big, bulky, old, slow budget desktop towers, because now, like magic, you can jump on Amazon, click buy now, and the very next day, a modern miracle appears at your door. There are lots of mini PCs out there, vying for your attention, but all of them are magical pieces of technology, so much more than circuit boards and glowing colorful lights. They can be a little friend that you spend time with. They can be your assistant that'll help you with every aspect of your life. And they can be your guide into magical, uncharted worlds that you've never even dreamed of. And this, the AceMagic AD08, is not only the latest mini PC to grace me with its presence, not only is it small and elegant, and not only is it a gateway into wonder and adventure, it also has the most annoying freaking sticker that I've ever dealt with in my entire freaking life. Like, oh my god, you guys, I literally had to scrub off the sticker gunk with anti-glue.
Hi Greg, I need some anti-glue.
It took freaking forever. So just know this, no matter what I tell you about this PC, no matter what good things I have to say about it, just know that I will never forgive this PC for what it did to me. Okay, let's review this damn thing. Hello, hi there, I'm TechDweeb, welcome. In all seriousness, I do think mini PCs are freaking awesome. I'm really loving playing with these things and checking them out and seeing what they can do and sharing them with you guys. I'll always be a PC gamer. I'll always love building big, powerful PCs and tinkering with the latest hardware. But there's a part of me that really respects the simplicity of mini PCs. I think the term of PC gaming itself conjures images of amazing looking games running maxed out with ray tracing at 4K resolution, but I don't think that should be the case. It's only part of the PC gaming landscape. If there's anything that the popularity of the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally have showed us, it's that lots of gamers are okay gaming on relatively weaker hardware. You know, they just want to play the games, even if they're not running at the maximum possible settings. Almost any PC that can run Steam can use big picture mode and play the bazillion low spec and indie games and have a lifetime of amazing gaming ahead of them. So these mini PCs aren't just a low cost entry point into the world of PC gaming. I think for lots of people, something like this could be an endpoint, considering how much stuff you could actually play on it. And obviously the benefits of having a mini PC don't stop at PC gaming. This is a full-fledged PC, so you can use it for browsing the web, watching 4K YouTube, writing reports, or doing tax evaluations, or whatever adults do with their business adult stuff. You could use this for graphic design or video editing. There's not much you're missing out on. But let's quit dilly-dallying and freaking open this thing, shall we? So yeah, today we're taking a look at this, the AceMagic AD08 mini PC. It was sent to me by the company that makes it, AceMagic. It's the same company that made those other two mini PCs that I reviewed. The AceMagic AMR5, I think it was called, and the AM06. It looks like they changed their company name. They're AceMagic now, not AceMagic. And this one is mighty, as you can see by the box. Well, we'll see about that. Actually, before we continue with the unboxing, let's quickly go over the specs of this thing. It has an 11th gen i9 11900H processor with integrated UHD graphics. We have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 dual channel RAM running at 3200 megahertz, and we get 512 gigabytes of NVMe internal storage. We also get integrated Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2, and support for triple 4K displays. And we also get a fully activated copy of Windows 11 Pro pre-installed. My model is the gray model, apparently, and it comes with some specifications. As you can see, it's good for creative designing, enjoying games, and working efficiently. So that's good news. In the box, we're greeted by the PC itself. The first protective sticker comes right off, no problem, but that second one, It was freaking annoying, and it took like 10 minutes to get that sticker gunk off. And then there were other stickers on there that left a bunch of sticky glue. Whatever. I got it all off with rubbing alcohol.
Anti-glue.
Easily enough. It's not the end of the world. Anyways, in the box, we also get the obligatory HDMI cable, because if there's one thing this world needs, it's more HDMI cables. And the power supply brick. This is a 120 watt power supply. That's a lot of juice for a mini PC. That's interesting. And we get our word papers. Some papers with words on them, I guess. As for the PC itself, well, it's pretty nice looking. Nice kind of futuristic Tower of Sauron vibe. This is like an updated design of that AMR5 mini PC that I checked out by these guys. I actually dig what they got going on here. The way it's more unique than just a plain black cube like we usually see. Hey, look at that light show. Holy crap. We have RGB out the wazoo. Not only do we have RGB along the top of the PC, we also have RGB RAM that glows through this little frosted window on the side. I've never seen a mini PC with RGB RAM before. You can control the RGB with the RGB software that comes with the PC, and you get a few basic modes for that, but at least you can turn it off. And around back, we get a hole for our power plug, an Ethernet hole, 2 HDMI holes, and 2 USB-A holes. And on the front, we get one high-speed USB-C hole that can be used for an external display. And we also get 2 more USB-A holes and a headphone hole. The keen-eyed amongst you might have noticed this, the glowing eye of Sauron, lording over your desk. Well, this is a unique thing that AceMagic does with some of their mini PCs, and I really like it. This lets you change the performance mode on the fly. So we have 3 settings to choose from. Silent, which lowers the performance to let the PC run quieter. Auto, which is the middle ground, and Performance, which lets the PC run all out, but it'll require the fan to go loud to keep it cool. Lots of mini PCs have this ability to change the performance mode, but they do it through software on the PC, usually. Having it as a physical dial on the PC itself is awesome because you can just reach over and flick it over whenever you want. It's a small thing, but it's one of my favorite part of these AceMagic mini PC towers. Real quick, I wanted to see how this thing would handle a Cinebench run. This is an 11th Gen i9 processor, so I had a feeling it would do pretty good. I got a multi-core score of 9,382 in Cinebench R23. So this tells me that you're going to get some great general Windows performance. And I also use this as an opportunity to compare the different power profiles. So at the auto profile, we got a multi-core score of 8609, and on the silent profile, we got a score of 6851. And even that's a pretty good score considering the PC runs whisper quiet. You can probably get away with leaving it on silent mode for the majority of your time with it if you're also using it as a desktop PC. And then just switch it over to performance mode for gaming. I'll show you some gaming tests now, and I did have it in performance mode for all of this stuff. If you're getting a mini PC, you're probably not expecting to play the latest and greatest PC games in existence. You're probably going to be more into lower spec games or older games and indie games. If that's the kind of games that you're expecting to play, then you're going to have a great time with this thing. Older games will play at 1080p, medium settings. So if you've got a Steam backlog full of older games from like 10 years ago, then there won't be many that don't run amazing on a PC like this. And this will run newer low-spec games fine. If you're into esports style games, you'll be able to play those games at like 1080p, low settings, and you'll get really good performance. And of course, like 2D indie games are going to be no problem. Like I said, there's a subset of PC gamers that just play these kind of games, and you can have a blast playing stuff like this. So if you want a mini PC to use as just a basic desktop PC or as a media center PC, you know, to watch movies or whatever, and then also use it for some lightweight gaming on the side, then this will do the job for all that stuff. And I didn't test a ton of emulation, but I did test a bit. I'm using this PLAYZONE drive that was sent to me for this emulation test, by the way. I think I'll be showing this off in a different video. It's not my favorite emulation drive, but it does do one thing that most don't. It's an NVMe SSD based emulation drive, and you can plug this into the high-speed USB-C hole on this PC to get some super fast loading times. It's 2 terabytes as well, which is a good amount of storage, especially for an NVMe drive. I'll link to this in the description below if you want to pick this up, but I suggest waiting for my video because there's a couple things about it that you should know first before you buy it. However, the loading times are excellent and it worked out great here. I went right for the higher end stuff. I was playing GameCube upscale to 1080p, Wii U, PS3, and Nintendo Switch, and there wasn't anything that I tried that wasn't playable. I could tell PS3 wasn't running at full speed, but there weren't audio stutters, and it was playable. I could easily play any of this stuff at this level of performance. And it doesn't surprise me that this stuff runs okay, because lots of emulation is more CPU intensive and we have an i9 here. So you'll probably get better emulation performance in lots of these systems on this PC, even compared to another mini PC that would beat this thing in PC games, if that makes sense. Yes, it does. As far as modern PC games go, well, it's going to be pretty hit or miss. Mostly miss, to be honest. I found some games that were sort of playable, but most weren't. The 11th gen Intel UHD graphics that we have in here aren't really meant for AAA gaming. So if you go into this with your expectations in check, you may find the occasional game that plays okay, but don't expect to be playing much. Even at 720p, I couldn't get most good-looking games to be playable, even at the lowest settings. Usually we were around 20 FPS, but there were a few games that played pretty good. Red Dead 2 comes to mind. It was like between 25 and 30 FPS, and I was playing for a while and I found it was actually pretty playable because the 1% lows were consistent. I could play like this in a pinch. And there were others that played at around 25 FPS at 720p low settings. I mean, it's not ideal. Definitely not worth buying this thing for those sorts of games. But if you have games like this in your library, you could probably find a few that'll play alright. Which brings us to the value of this thing. And in terms of value, well, this comes in at $671 through the AceMagic website. And at that price, honestly, I think you could probably find a more powerful mini PC than this, at least for gaming. And to be completely honest, I think you'll probably get better bang for your buck with this company's lower end offerings, like the AM06 or even the AMR5, both of which I've reviewed on my channel. My current favorite mini PC in terms of value is the Trig Key S, and this doesn't change that. However, there is an AD08 Pro available, and that actually comes with a Ryzen 9 6900HX processor with integrated Radeon 680M graphics, and that comes with 32 gigabytes of RAM, and it's cheaper than this. It's only $610. So I'd probably go for that one over this one if you're into the other stuff that AceMagic does with their mini PCs. Not to say that the AD08 non-Pro is a slouch. Far from it. That 11th Gen i9 processor actually has amazing performance for most desktop PC use cases. But for gaming, I just don't think this is really the kind of performance you want in a $600 to $700 price range as a dedicated gaming PC. However, the prices of these things change often. So check the AceMagic website for the current price. I'll include the link to the listing on their website so you can see what it costs right now. And also check Amazon using the links that I'll post below and decide for yourself. I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money. I'm just here sharing my experience, my opinion, and hopefully this will help you decide what's right for you. And that brings us to the end. I hope you found this useful. I have a whole bunch of mini PCs that I've reviewed on my channel that you might want to check out. I'll include a link to a playlist on the screen right now and at the top of the description below. And you can go watch that right now because we're done here. I'm TechDweeb. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.